So ladies and gentlemen, so interesting and inspired story share with the first Fireside chat. And right now we move on to the next Fireside chat. And the next one is about unlocking the next generation of commerce. And with this panel discussion, we review from the experience of online and offline channel and insight of digital transformation, omnichannel, experiences customer-centric strategy, and future trends. And right now, I would like to invite our moderator for the next panel discussion, Mr. Arash Dashkan, Regional Head of MGID Southeast Asia. Please welcome.
Hello, I have a story for you to share. Not long ago, in another country, a little bit south from Vietnam, I've decided to have a lunch. I came to the place, I've sit, and I was expected someone will take my order. But it's never happened. They have a A5 brochure on the table. You have to take your phone, scan it, apply your email, log in some places, confirm from email, and then you receive access to menu, and then you can order. And then they will serve you the food. So, who like experience like this? I don't like too long journey. Anyway, for such a case and much better cases, we would be talking today with you, covering the topic of online seamless journey of consumers and the tools we are using on the way with the market leaders that represent brands that you all know. So let me introduce you panelists. Please help me to welcome Mr. Roldan Fernandez, General Manager, FMCG Division and Group Marketing Director, Pizza for Peace. Ms. Ha Tran, Marketing Director, L'Oreal. And Mr. Tri Dao, Country Manager, 8x8. My name is Aras Dishkant. I'm a regional head of Global Advertising Platform, MGID. Good late afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our panel. Maybe to warm up a little bit, to shake things up, let's talk about red oceans, blue oceans. Let's talk about the question, how do we convert consumers that consume products from your competitors to your brands? Yeah, Ronald, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go first. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So just a bit of a context. I don't know if everybody knows Pizza 4Ps. We started 12 years ago in Latanton, in a small alley in Latanton. So 12 years ago, there were only like 100 pizza restaurants in Vietnam. Today, there's 1,000. There's 1,000 restaurants that sells pizza. So that context actually has a huge impact in terms of how we do business. So especially in the F&B industry, it's so easy to be inspired by someone's menu recipe. So there's a lot of things that looks alike. So I think product is a challenging thing now to really compete in. So what we really focus on is how does our brand make our guests feel, and also how do we build a community so that we actually know where we're pursuing, what we're pursuing together. I think those are the two critical things that we've been trying to do this year. And it really starts with our own employees, which we call our partners. Because to execute that, we need tools, and those tools are basically our values. Our values of omotenashi, which is basically Japanese term for hospitality or anticipating someone's needs before they know it. And the second tool is actually compassion, where we build our empathic instinct. We need empathy to anticipate someone's needs. So with those two things, the whole organization will actually lead to trying to exceed expectation of our guests. So that was our key focus for this year, and I think that will be also our key focus for the future. And since Pizza 4P is actually, was born in Vietnam, I think there's a bit of a different approach for us as well. If you guys don't know, our vision is to make the world smile for peace. We didn't want to stop at Vietnam. So now we're expanding to Japan, to India this year. We already have in Cambodia. So having that mindset of this brand is supposed to be global makes us even more strive to have a better quality, better experience. So, yeah.
Thank you, Ronald. Omotenashi and compassion can be a tool, as you just shared. Ms. Ha, coming to you with the same question. Is it a blue ocean or still red ocean for you?
I think we are living a little bit in different worlds, whereas positively, we are at L'Oreal, we are operating in a kind of blue oceans categories where the penetrations of the category is still very humble. And the level of certifications in terms of the regimes, beauty regime is still very limited. So for us, it's not about, stealing share from competitor, but it's really accelerating the penetration, getting the new users into the brand, and at the same time also valorizing and premiumizing our portfolio. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Dao.
Hi everyone, this is Trí Đào. I'm country manager at A8. We are a cloud-based communication provider, and we are the customer engagement platform. At A8, specifically in CPaaS, communication platform and service specifically, we have some strategy to identify, attract, and retain the customer. Maybe the first one, that's identify who is our main competitors, what they offer, what their price, what their strength and weaknesses, and then we will know our competitive advantage and unique selling point. Then, secondly, we can understand very well our target audience, our ICP, ideal customer profile. For example, pain point, their satisfaction, their expectation. Then we capture their attention and interest, and by doing some marketing campaign or event. Finally, we create incentive and discount to motivate that customer to switch from the competitor to ours.
Thank you. For us, as a native advertising platform, it's a new niche in Vietnam at all. So it's a separate niche. So basically, we are not competing with our global competitors. Our global competitors, actually, they are well-known, famously listed companies, publicly listed companies, somewhere in New York, etc. But it just happened, they didn't come to Vietnam yet. So we are thankful for that to them. Moving forward, talking about seamless integration with online channels, with offline channels. Ms. Ha, I would like to ask you first, what do you observe on the market for L'Oreal today?
I think the consumer behaviors really changed, especially after the COVID, right? So you can see the transformation of the whole digitals, the ecosystem of both delivery, payment system, internet, and the revolutions of the social commerce and the social content today is really, really shaped the seamless of the consumer shopping behavior. And at L'Oreal, as a digital-first company, we also believe that this, online commerce is continue to bloom in the futures. And even today, if you look at our offline channels, to survive, they also need to be evolved themselves. So now today, you will see a lot of offline customer today. They start evolve not purely offline, but moving to the omni-channels. And that is the trend will happen in the next coming years.
Thank you. Ronald.
Yes.
The first ever 4-piece is actually 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-piece, okay. The first ever 4-piece happened to be on Letanton Street. It also happened to be that my office in that place. So I've noticed that that place has 9.5 thousand reviews, positive reviews. The average score is 4.8 stars. My question to you, how do you encourage your guests who just visited maybe a restaurant to help you with basically online exposure?
I'll give you another number, 4.77. That is the satisfaction of my internal customers in Pizza 4-Piece. So I do have internal customers, and they also rate me on a monthly basis. So we're kind of obsessed with feedback. Regardless of which department we work on, we get ratings on a monthly basis. And that's part of the culture. Another context is, it's easy that we have a founder who has this mindset and this principle that our biggest measurement as a company is not revenue. That might surprise a lot of people. Our KPI is called peace score and happiness score. P score and H score. P score is the satisfaction of our guests. Happiness score is the satisfaction of our employees, which we call partners. So, and then comes revenue. It's not what drives us in the morning. It's not the revenue. It's actually the happiness of the people. So if everybody is actually rewarded with that, then it gets repeated. So everyone in the organization has that mindset. And we all know that you cannot force anyone to say, can you rate me or something? Because you can't tell a person to just rate. They will also get annoyed. But if the person has a good experience, they will feel obliged. If the person has a bad experience, oh, for sure, they're going to give you a review. So what we need to do is we have to collect from different aspects. So we collect internal surveys, we collect from Google, we collect from any other social network, and that's the aggregated score for us. So it needs to be part of the how we are measured, and that's also how we are rewarded. So that's how we ensure everybody's actually giving us a feedback.
Two metrics I've heard, peace score, and the second is satisfaction score. And revenue maybe comes as a third indicator.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Dao, talking about your communication platform, communication software that provides, can you give me examples of how your solution, your platform, actually significantly improve the omnichannel experience of your clients?
Okay, sure. Back then, 2021, we have a client named Tonic. Tonic is the first digital bank in the Philippines. They aim to improve the financial life of millions of people by providing accessible, convenient, and secure banking service. And they use 8x8 API to send personalized and timely message to their customer. For example, a welcome message, account verification, balance account, OTP, marketing offer, customer request feedback, etc. With Viber and SMS. these messages help them to build trust and loyalty from the customer and also increase the intention and engagement as well. And they also use our API to collect the data and analytics to understand very well the customer behavior, references, and satisfaction. And they also get a very good feedback from the customer too. At that time, they got a very impressive result in omnichannel marketing efforts in March 2021. And so they sent over 170,000 messages within 30 minutes. And with the delivery rate 95% is very high. And they also acquired around 100,000 consumer less than 6 months, making them as the fastest growing neobank in the Southeast Asia. That's very impressive. And I think that is very good for a company to should have an interaction with a by8 or CPaaS industry to improve their omni-channel marketing. Yeah.
75,000 messages within 30 minutes.
Yes, a good 95%.
Sounds like a suitable solution for occasional events, 11/11, Black Friday, etc., etc. Okay, thank you for that. From our perspective, from a tech perspective, we also been used as a part of omnichannel. At the same time, most of our clients, they use our platform for pure online funnels. But in some cases, one of the cases I remember, they've been using our platform starting online and then leading, for example, starting online campaign on the news websites and leading test drives for the car dealerships. So the customer has to come to their offline shop, basically. This is how it works on our side. Moving forward, I have a question to you, guys. Who has struggles as a business people, right? Who has struggles of returning customers to your offline stores these days? Anyone? Struggle, I will repeat myself. Challenges of returning customers to your offline shops to kind of increase foot traffic. No one? Why not to explore this question more? Ronald,
Yes.
the 4P
Yeah.
is, I know one inside. 4P is famous for word of mouth tactics.
Come again?
Word of mouth
Word of mouth,
tactics.
yes.
Word of mouth. At the same time, what another maybe tactics and maybe technologies you've been using to increase the foot traffic?
Sure. Actually, Pizza 4Ps has different pillars in terms of the business. So obviously, we're known for the restaurant. Then during the pandemic, two things happened. We have the delivery service that we actually started in-house. We also, because our founder didn't want to let go of too many of our partners, we started focusing the restaurant partners to make frozen pizza. So we did frozen pizza, frozen pasta during the pandemic. A lot of things were organic. A lot of the creators were actually happy that we had that during that time. And that it continued after the pandemic, and there was a bit of momentum. So we do see some challenges at the micro level. So we've always been known for standalone stores that it's quite difficult to find in Letanton or in Haibachong and so on and so forth. But then as we try to also expand our footprint, then you can find us in some of the malls. You can find us at Piso Mall and so on and so forth. It might also, we have this fear that is it really diluting our brand? So for us to actually have a better control of the experience, we use 3 tactics. Partnership, so we have partnership, for example, and we're very happy with this partnership with Grab. So Grab actually has data of food delivery and also rides, your Grab bike or your Grab car. So utilizing those 2 information, we partnered with Grab to actually drive traffic to some of our stores during time that we needed the most, like lunchtime during the weekday and so on and so forth. Or partnership with Uniqlo. I'm wearing a Uniqlo shirt, but it's pizza 4-piece. So they also help us drive. So those type of partnership we really appreciate. Second is events. I mentioned about community. And when it comes to the community that we've built, we kind of know what resonates with them. So recently we did the mindfulness event. And most of the comments that we got from our guests was, I've been practicing mindfulness for 3 years. I wouldn't expect a restaurant to actually do that. So all those things actually kind of give us that energy to actually move on in terms of building this community. And then concepts. If you have a mall restaurant with a cheese laboratory, it's going to be very difficult for other brands to replicate it. Who would build a restaurant with a cheese lab, making cheese there, and then inviting guests to make cheese also? So those kind of concepts that is very difficult to replicate and could be a barrier to entry for competition, that's the 3 tools we use to drive traffic to our offline stores.
In your case, the community that you was able to build is one of the keys to encourage people to come to shops, to restaurants more and more. Ms. Ha, does L'Oreal has challenges of returning customers to offline shops, or offline is offline, online is online? How does it work?
Yes, so I think that here's, I guess everybody know that L'Oreal is very, very famous for online and the digital transformation. We made a lot of leapfrogs over the past few years to prepare for the future. But however, when it comes to, online, offline is not a matter of choice for us. It is how we strategize and grow both channels at the same time. The reality is we're having more than 1,000 of the store offline in the market. But we're also aware that the growing of online is continue to boom. So our objective is to really strategize, set a very clear role of each channels, while online is all about driving penetration, because now the coverage of online is all over the 64 cities in the Vietnam. On the other hand, the other job of the online is to offer the seamless consumer experience at a very convenient point. The role of offline is to really live up and elevate the customer and consumer experience. So in L'Oreal, we now also looking at, a lot of tactics, like, offering a beautiful visibility in store, having a great brand consultant, and also, offering a lot of beauty technology, inject and install to ensure that the consumer experience is at best. So that is how how we're gonna grow and, healthily and sustainably for the both leg of the business.
Thank you. Meaning that when we build an online presence, we have online tools. But when we build an offline presence, that has much more, that uncovers much more possibilities for us to influence and create unique experience with the customers when he's present in your physical, basically, location. Thank you. Mr. Dao, getting back to the technology side, how do you see that integrations of communication solutions can significantly improve, and how they shape the future of our omnichannel experience for a better customer experience?
Okay, I think it's happened in so many ways. Here are some key advantages of mine. First one, with the interaction, we can help the businesses to provide seamless and personalized customer experience across the multiple channel and device. And second one, we can enhance the customer or help them to innovate and create the new product and services, leveraging the real-time communication capability. For example, they can add some or they can integrate available of a product, chat app, video interaction, video conferencing, IVR to their application without building any infrastructure at the back end. The last one, that's we can help the business to enhance more efficiency and productivity by automating and streamlining the workflow and the processes inside the business. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Exploring a little bit more on the topic of offline shops, if you think about that, businesses like L'Oreal, coming back to you, you have your partners, right, where you dealing with to sell items, brands, lovely brands. At the same time, I might understand, correct me if I'm wrong, that the data about the sales come in not in a real time. Yeah. So my question would be to you, how do you actually make decisions for your online presence when the data about the sales will come a bit later, maybe not on a go? So how does it work?
Again, we have a very famous for the power of the data in L'Oreal. Everything we have in-house, we have the full infrastructures from, having all of the dashboard ready for, hours or minute tracking, hour tracking, daily trackings, and monthly tracking. So everything is measured real time to optimize the sales. But I think the set of the number in online, which in control of our hand, but on the other hand, for offline, is a little bit of a blind spot for us today. Because, everything is controlled by the customer end. But for us, it's always about, how to embrace the long-term partnership and win-win partnership with the customer is to really, exchange the knowledge, share the data to help each other to grow. At our end now, we are also start doing some of the step change with in terms of the partnership with the customer. Now we also start working with some of the very on-trend online customer to really test and learn a lot of live stream model to really, together share the data and optimize real time together. So that is how we, we offer a shareable knowledge, and together we upskill to each other. Yeah.
Thank you. Thinking of the real time, you mentioned real time data. I'm thinking of the case that I've been experienced with. The case was in Mexico. Sorry, not in Vietnam, in Mexico. It was with the Honda CR-V. Honda CR-V, this is SUV brand. And the goal was to bring test drives. But not only appointments, but also to make it in as possible, affordable way, as much as possible, in affordable way. What we did, we actually applied the so-called selective bidding tool. That means sort of dynamic CPC, because it's online media buying, right? Dynamic CPC, where we were able to influence and basically define the price for each ad content we've been used on a go, and each ad placement that we've been using for the campaign. Moving forward, I'm asking for the questions. If we have questions right now, raise your hand. I'm not sure whether we have Slido, the anonymous question, etc. But go ahead if we have this tool, so we might see on a screen. And maybe we even answer your question, maybe. No, honestly, we will try. So please, you have this unique opportunity to find out the expertise from well-known brands in front of you. Go ahead and think of that. As for the closing remarks, let's leave our audience with something that they might be at least try to implement going back to their offices. And I'm thinking of the balance between online and offline. Balance online and offline revenues that dictates the balance of investment to online channels and offline. Who would like to go first?
Ladies first.
Of course, we don't have like the absolute number here, but what I say is online is really play a big role in our business, and we continue to believe that online will continue to accelerate in the next coming years, especially with the booming of the social content today and also the live stream today. That will be a game changer.
So I think the authentic answer from me is it matters for the guest. So because we are measuring ourselves by happiness and satisfaction, not really by revenue. So if we cannot actually succeed in the happiness score that we want of our guests online, so why would we push it? So for example, for Pizza 4Ps, our pizza is a sourdough. It's best consumed in the first 5 minutes. Would you want to consume it after 30 minutes to reach your house? Maybe not. So maybe we're not yet there. Typical pizza company's revenue split offline, online is 60-40. 60% is through delivery. We're not there because our product is not meant for that. So it really depends what measures matters to you, and then that will actually dictate the split. But what I want to share with the audience also is in this online-offline conversation is, especially if you're a local brand, if you were actually coming from Vietnam, one of the key things that's actually driving the economy of Vietnam right now is tourism. F&B is growing at 11% versus probably in FMCG that's relatively modest.
Yes.
So leverage the tourists. So basically what we're doing is we're trying to also understand the nationality of the tourists that coming to Vietnam. 40% of our tourist guests are actually Koreans. So think of online and offline as borderless. It doesn't have to be stuck in Vietnam. So what we did was we tested it out. We actually did the crowdfunding in Korea. Would you crowdfund our frozen pizza? And that was free marketing because crowdfunding is not expensive. It's basically they're giving money to you to market our brand. So have fun, just play with what's happening in this time. Yeah, thanks.
But we also need to prepare for the future, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Mr.
for
Dam?
me, I think it depends on so many factors. The first thing, that's what you sell, maybe the product or services, and depends on the customer references, the business landscape, and business goal as well. Some key takeaway for me, that's the first one. We should consider online and offline sales as a single backup customer's experience, rather than separate them, separate into other channel. And the second one, we can leverage the strength of each channel and complement them each other. Finally, create the value for the customer. Yeah.
I would tell as is, I'm not a retail person, so when it comes to offline, maybe I would not be giving misleading you. But when it comes to online, I would like to share that to me, online is about, if we're talking about media investment online, it's about following the content that your consumer consume. And with the attack today, it is possible. And the second thing is to influence on a go. To influence on a go each 1,000 investment that you are making so that you can predict your return on investment. With this, if we do not have questions, if we do, please raise your hand. I thank you for having us. I thank you for attending this panel. And Sin, come on, everyone.
Right. Oh, thank you so much for panel discussion, ladies and gentlemen. And please keep remain on the stage. And right now we would like to invite Ms. Minh Nguyen, representative of the organizers, will give a gift for thanking on the speaker today. So, ladies and gentlemen, the last panel discussion, unlocking the next generation of commerce, and we have so useful information sharing by our speaker. Thank you so much for Mr. Ronan, Mr. Chidao, Ms. Hajeng, and also Mr. Ross Dashkan for our moderator. Thank you so much. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a big applause for all our speakers. Thank you so much.